name is Deepa. I am the founder and the artistic director of Chandralaya, an Indian classical and modern contemporary school in Melbourne. The way I look at the business is it's an institution to impart this very empowering art form in the minds of both the young and the experienced. So if you were to learn a language, one needs to understand the ABCs, the alphabet, in order to be able to string a word and then a sentence and to be able to speak fluently. And that is very much how we look at dance, we look at Bharatanatyam, is understanding the nuances, the fundamental structure of the art. So Chandralaya focuses a lot on instilling that fundamentals in every student. Sometime in 2018, when, like everybody else, I was in a 9 to 5, if not more than 9 to 5 gigs in IT, still dancing, but under my guru, but always wanting to understand how I can do something more than this. The question in my mind started to get more and more strong because I was trying to find more purpose in life. And one of my biggest influences is my mother, or was my mother, still is my mother. In 2018, when I decided to take the plunge, I got this very bad news that my mum was diagnosed with breast cancer. And that really pushed me back. And in a sense, the question of the bigger purpose in life started to occur a lot more frequent in my head. So I started to embark on this journey of starting the school, and I named it after her. Little did I knew that I was going to lose my mother that very same year. So that was one of the worst emotional journeys I have felt in my life, because this was a tribute to her, and I wanted her to see it while she was alive, and sadly she couldn't. Because she passed off in September, and I kind of started doing the background work sometime in May, June, and she couldn't be part of that. But I know every day she's up above looking and really loving this journey that I've created for myself and for others. And it's been such a gratifying experience, because if not for her, this wouldn't have happened. During COVID, there was a few adult students who wanted to pursue this, and we went online. Our curriculum ran online on Zoom for 2 years. It was twice a week, 2 hours training, like you're sweating. And that really changes the chemical balance in the body and creates a lot of endorphins to be generated.
As a health professional, scientifically it is proven, if you learn a new art form or any new thing in your life, your cognition will improve a lot.
When COVID cases were receding, and my mental position at that time was, I was very tired, very lethargic, not able to focus. And I think in some sense I had lost some purpose of life just because of the whole COVID environment and doing what's required in a dance class. I was slowly able to kind of transform myself.
And when we got our freedom back, bang, they were back in the studio.
Like, I'm traveling from NSW every week. Even though it is very challenging for me to travel from there to here, I however make this big sessions almost every week.
It's really fun. It calms me and helps me with fitness and stamina. I feel proud of myself because I've been dancing for a long time and I've gone this far.
So today, I feel so much, I look forward to these classes. However bad day I would have had during the week, every Friday there's this feeling of ecstasy that I have a class on Saturday and I want to come here and learn something new and be a better version of myself. I think that that thought process really helps me in staying fit mentally and having very positive outlook towards life.
As students, both young and experienced, you know 2 + 2 is 4, 3 + 2 is 5, and you know the simple math. But one gets to apply that in dance. So we teach that in a sense as to how to render that beat. So rendering the beat has a few elements. There is a footwork that's primarily going to instigate the beat, because you're going to strike the foot on the floor to initiate the beat. But in order to understand that footwork, you need to understand what is the structure of the beat in the mind. And thirdly, you need to synchronize that beat structure, head to toe, and be able to move in a formation, and be able to express through your face. So all of this won't come into play if you're not able to work through that art of counting in your mind. And that actually enables your math concept at another level.
This one's actually an inspiration when we had COVID, in the middle of COVID, and I have another kind of art that I pursue as part of my training, which is bridging, and that's something I got introduced back in the States. I know people say it's fusion, and we stay away from the word because everything is fusion these days. But bridging is very particular because it has 80-20 or a 70-30 percentage, where the prerequisite for that is Bharatanatyam. And it gets embellished with different costumes, not necessarily the Bharatanatyam traditional one, and the music is very different. I think about bridging as a transition into contemporary. If you know an art, you could actually, and if you know the rhythm and the beats, you could pretty much dance to any tune. I took the lyrics of the song and I just translate that into the Nritya component of Bharatanatyam, which means facial expressions. And through that, we've done a lot more collaborations. We've done Bharatanatyam and hip hop. We've done a recent commission we've done with, this was very interesting, we did with the Maloya artists. Maloya is from the Reunion Island. That's an art that comes that's a dance form that comes out of Reunion Island, which has a beautiful infusion of African, Chinese, Indian, and French cultures infused into it. So it was absolutely mesmerizing to bring in the Tamil culture and the African culture and the French culture, and we did a commission for 60 minutes, which was beautiful. When people start to relate to other cultures, they have better relationships, because the younger generation needs to understand they're going to be in a group of people from multiple ethnicities. They need to understand how to relate to each other, how to get along. So exposing them at an early age is only going to spark all of those beautiful conversations.
There's a couple of students, or a few students at a very young age, living in a country which doesn't majority represent themselves. The feeling of acceptance is very difficult for a young person, especially in a school environment. Learning this dance has helped them really reduce their anxiety and feel more confident about themselves.
Yeah, I like expressing myself through dance and through different hand gestures. Like this means like very scared or surprised. I would do this. That's how I would show my anger. With my friends, I show it my expressions as more lively and more happy, but sometimes I get like a little bit mad, so I can also show it through that. And then, yeah.
Without saying anything?
Yeah.
Did they understand?
Yes, they get the message.
All right. That's the right one.
It's character building. So it teaches you a lot more because all of those art forms tap into a deeper sense of yourself, and they really help you during adverse times. When you're at the bottommost part of your life, art will help revive you. You have something to step and then climb up.
Well, for me, dancing is all about connection, and connection to three different things. Connection to the earth on which we strike and move on, connection to my culture, which I've learnt many lessons from, and connection to my body and myself. I think also connection to my body is a very important aspect of dancing. I never would have thought this before I started dancing. Dancing has made me more in tune with myself and made me learn more about myself.
I don't see Chandralaya confined to South Asian diaspora. It has to expand beyond that because we are in a very cultural environment, and collaboration is the key for the next how many ever years. So the more cultural communities collaborate, creating powerful art, and I see Chandralaya playing a front and center role in there, collaborating with art organizations to create meaningful conversations about social, economic issues through art. That is success to me. I feel that sense of purpose is just heightening every time. The conversations, the relationships, I would any day cherish all of that. You have to believe in what you're saying and you have to execute the same. And there is no shortcuts. You're coming in to learn something that's really, really deep-rooted in culture. It's not just about dance, it's about your entire physical and mental well-being.
Madhuram Jeevaragam Mapada Sani Da Pada Madhuram Jeevaragam Risani Da Pamagare Rima Mama Papada Dasa Sari Sari Magari Sani Da Pada Sari Madhuram Jeevaragam Manogatham Sakhi Arinye Shubha